The sisters he left behind. Their father rejected them because they were girls. When they became successful, he returned to claim them. But when he tried to force tradition on them, everything exploded. In a small town where the roads were dusty and the houses were old, there lived a woman called Mama Zainab. She was poor, but she was strong. Every morning, before the sun rose, Mama Zainab woke up, tied her wrapper tightly around her waist, and lit her charcoal stove. The fire burned quietly as she fried akara by the roadside. That was how she fed her family. She had 2 daughters. Their names were Amina and Halima. Amina was quiet and gentle. She liked to observe people. Whenever someone was sick, she was the first to help. Halima was bold and curious. She asked many questions and loved to draw houses and buildings on the ground with sticks. They were raised in poverty, but they were raised with love. Their father was not there. When Mama Zainab gave birth to her second daughter, the man became angry. He wanted a male child. One night, without warning, he packed his things and left. He did not look back. He did not send money. He did not ask about them. That night, Mama Zainab cried quietly. But in the morning, she stood up strong. From that day, she became both mother and father to the girls. Life was not easy. Before school, Amina and Halima helped their mother prepare akara. After school, they hawked akara around the town under the hot sun. Sometimes people were kind. Sometimes people cheated them. Sometimes people laughed at them. At night, they slept in one small room. When rain fell, water dropped through the roof, and they moved their mattress from one corner to another. Yet, Mama Zainab always told them, "My daughters, education will change your lives." She forced them to go to school even when there was no food. There were days Mama Zainab did not eat so her daughters could eat. There were days she walked long distances to sell akara in another town. She endured shame, hunger, and pain. She never complained. As the girls grew older, their dreams became clear. Amina loved helping sick people. She dreamed of becoming a doctor. Halima loved designing houses. She dreamed of becoming an architect. The dreams were big, but the money was small. Still, Mama Zainab believed in them. She sold her wrapper. She borrowed money. She endured insults, all so her daughters could continue school. By the grace of God and through hard work, Amina gained admission to study medicine. Later, Halima gained admission to study architecture. School life was hard. They struggled. They worked part-time jobs. They skipped meals. But whenever they felt tired, they remembered their mother frying akara under the sun, and they refused to give up. Years passed. Slowly, their lives changed. Amina became a medical doctor. Halima became an architect. The same girls who once hawked akara became respected women. They built a good house for Mama Zainab. She no longer sold akara. Her suffering finally came to an end. Then one day, a man appeared. He was old. He was weak. He was ashamed. It was their father. After leaving Mama Zainab, he married another woman who gave birth to a boy. He loved that child and completely forgot her daughters. But years later, the truth came out. The boy was not his. The woman had lied. Rejected and broken, the man remembered the daughters he abandoned, and he came back. At first, he begged. He said he was sorry. He said blood was thicker than water. He asked for forgiveness. The sisters listened calmly. They forgave him as humans, but they kept their distance. But the real trouble started later. When Amina and Halima were ready to marry, their father returned again, this time with elders. He stood proudly and said, "By tradition, I must marry my daughters off." The whole compound became quiet. Mama Zainab froze. The man continued loudly, "It is tradition. I am their father. I must collect bride price. I must choose the process." The daughters looked at their mother. Mama Zainab stood up slowly. Her voice shook at first, then became strong. "Which tradition?" she asked. "The tradition you abandoned?" Chaos followed. The man shouted. The elders argued. Neighbors gathered. He claimed authority. He demanded respect. He demanded control. Halima stepped forward boldly. "You left us when we needed you," she said. "You cannot return to control our future." Amina spoke calmly but firmly. "We respect culture, but culture does not reward abandonment." The argument became intense. The man accused Mama Zainab of poisoning their minds. Mama Zainab replied with tears in her eyes, "I raised them alone. I fed them with akara. I trained them with pain. You have no power here." In the end, the elders ruled. Tradition did not support abandonment. The man lost. Mama Zainab and her daughters won. The sisters married peacefully, with joy and dignity. They honored their mother openly, and together they gave back to the community. They built a health clinic. They built a school. They supported poor women. The town that once pitied them now respected them. Mama Zainab, the akara seller, became a symbol of strength, and her story taught everyone a lesson. Never reject a child because of gender. Never hide behind tradition to excuse failure, and never underestimate the power of a determined woman.